I asked you a question before the break. It's an important thing to consider. Here's why. The idea to stop recommending mRNA, right? That's apparently running out of steam. Does this mean that mRNA injections are going to be recommended again? I find that remarkable and concerning. I do, because look, I would never go through that again. Would any of you? Jump in any of the chat rooms right now. Tell me your thoughts, or send me an email, stevegruber.com. Send me an email. Did you ever take it? Would you ever again? Did you never get it in the first place? These are important questions. It's not traditional. Look, we ended up getting the first 2 shots. I got very sick from the injection. I got vertigo so badly I couldn't sit up straight on my couch. I wouldn't take that thing for any reason. And I was told it was perfectly safe by a very conservative Christian doctor friend of mine. And he was working with the best information he had. He wasn't nefarious. He wasn't working for the government. He wasn't pushing some idea. He thought he was getting the truth. He later conceded that he was not. He later conceded that he, too, was a victim of false information. Right? So here we are with it. I mean, you can still go down where they're giving out the flu shot. The flu shot this year, by the way, the least effective it's been in years. Another wasted injection for what? I don't get flu shots either, by the way. I don't get any shots unless it's something I understand clearly. But I don't get flu shots. I don't get mRNA shots. I don't do any of this. And you might have seen this yesterday. A federal judge intervened and knocked back Secretary Kennedy's reduction of the child vaccination schedule, saying you can't do that. Now, this judge has been rebuked by the Supreme Court a number of times, but he's still out there frolicking in the legal world, creating problems. Did you realize the childhood vaccination schedule came up to 79 different injections? 79. Where on earth did they get all those vaccinations, and for what? And how much money to be made off them? All of those 79 injections, man, that's a big pile of cheese. That's a lot of money, isn't it? It sure is. And so the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Bobby Kennedy, said, well, we'll bring it back. I think it was about to 11. Here's 11 base vaccines. You know, using actual vaccination technology, dead viruses, you know, a portion of the viral structure. All of that. But the fact of the matter is, this judge intervened, got involved with it, and there it is. But there's no question, as we sit here today, that the Trump administration has been a vast improvement over the previous administration when it comes to reforming our broken healthcare system. Problem is, progress isn't always a straight line. There have been disappointments for medical freedom advocates. And this one that's brewing, this battle over the mRNA vaccine, I use that term very loosely, technology. According to several reports, it appears the efforts to end recommending mRNA is coming to an end. And why do you think that is? Why is it important for our healthcare bureaucracies to stop recommending these vaccines? Because, number one, they didn't work. Number two, they proved to be very dangerous to some people. Vaccine injuries became rampant in some places. Heart issues, premature death, some people say turbo cancer. With me is Dr. Peter McCullough. He'll only be here for a moment, but I have one important question, Doctor. Thank you for joining me from the Wellness Company. Mm-hmm. Having gone through all of this, is there anyone, I just want to be crystal clear about this, is there any reason anyone should take the mRNA injection at this time? Anyone?
No, Steve. There now are 4,300 peer-reviewed manuscripts demonstrating, harms, injuries, disabilities, and deaths with the COVID vaccine. Sadly, they did not save any lives. What did save lives was natural immunity, early treatment protocols, people at home at high risk, and then the virus mutating to a very mild form. So I think the vaccine program can be fully retired, and the whole, country and the world would cheer if the vaccines were, withdrawn.
Here's another question that it occurs to me a lot, Doctor. Has our medical industry, has the healthcare industry been set up completely wrong? What I mean by that is the medical industry focuses on treating sick people. They never focus on keeping people healthy in the first place. There's no money in it, I guess. I mean, we do this backwards, don't we?
Yeah, it's hard though, Steve. I tell you, every doctor's office is busy and people come knee deep into problems. You're right. We do need an entire wellness industry. That's what we're trying to do with the wellness company, is to keep people well so they don't end up in doctors' offices. But, the doctors right now, it's a problem-based field. That is, patients present with problems, we try to solve them in conventional medicine. Wellness company and the whole field of naturopathic holistic medicine, that's trying to keep people well, and it needs to be fostered and developed.
Absolutely true. And I think we're on the right path. We've inverted the food pyramid. Good step forward by Secretary Kennedy, who gets a lot of grief from some people, but he's on the right track there. We need to keep people healthy. Doctor, and I appreciate you being here as always, my friend.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. You can find out more. The Wellness Company has all sorts of resources for you. They've got emergency medical kits that you can put on your shelf at home that has great medicines in case of emergency if you get cut off because of up here, a blizzard, farther south, a hurricane, whatever it might be. Maybe the storage is closed. Maybe you're just sick and can't get out. So emergency medical kits. Also, you've got the long COVID anti-protein, so you can get after this COVID. You can get rid of that out of your system. All these great products at the Wellness Company. TWC.health/Gruber. TWC.health/Gruber. You go there today and order. Use the promo code Gruber. You're going to save 10%. The spike protein formula, the best there is. Get that out of your system. If you took the injection, or if you got COVID at any time and you just feel like it's lingered, that spike protein formula is the gold standard. Again, TWC.health/Gruber. Promo code Gruber saves some money. I'll be back after this.